Alright, back to Star Wars Rome, Week 2, Episode 2, First Strike, based off of the First Strike from Tyler against Mike. So, just a reminder from last week, here's how we ended Episode 1 with Tyler taking some land from Mike and Addison taking some land from the middle planet, Coruscant. The whole planet is one giant city. Here is the complete battle map for Week 2, and I'll go into the specifics directly. For Addison, first up, Addison wanted to put in some of his upgrades from the first week ritual into speed, and since he upgraded up to level 10, he was able to add blitz to his abilities. So now his force user can move 5 tiles, as well as all of the attacking force or all of the units on that tile can move just as far. Now, the movement multipliers still apply, so any movement more at 3 tiles or more will still have a 0.8 multiplier, but they get to move around a lot further. So, starting here, Addison's tile or force user was able to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas, including all of the 201 units with him. Now, he also wanted to use these 17 units to attack the temple and wanted to have them hold off on attacking this first base until his force user got there. Well, that's not how the game works. So they moved in and they got destroyed by the base. So after that, then the party behind them came over, and although Addison's attack was 30, the 25 plus or multiplied by the 1.5 defensive multiplier for the base made it to where each fort or each base he lost a few of his units. So at the end here he won't have the whole 201. That's just showing how much is moving through the area. Also, Addison took his ship and went over, just barely missing detecting the uncharted planet, and went and developed a camp on this tile here. Instead of just directly going and attacking this base, unknown why, he decided to build a camp. Devin this week realized that he didn't really want to send his force user onto a ship away from most of the action or most of the land. So he is moving his force user to this tile to set him up to be able to attack the center planet with most of the resources on it. Nate's plan is to make a defensive cocoon or shield on the outside barrier of his planet. So he's been making 10 units move to each of these outside tiles, and then upgrading his inside outposts to bases. He hasn't done anything with his ship yet. So the first battle that is going to occur in Week 2 is Mike versus Tyler. So Tyler did try to continue on his attack by sending 74 troops into Tyler or Mike's temple with the plan of moving into this outpost. However, Mike sent from the temple 85 troops in that same direction. Now with Mike's 85 only moving 1 tile, they get a sneak advantage of 1.25 multiplier. Since Tyler's attacking force is moving 2 tiles, they get a 0 multiplier or 1.0 multiplier, making it even more effective for the 85 to win over. Even if they didn't win over, Mike also had contingency plans from 45 of these two attack patterns. Also to note, Tyler has this ship that he forgot is still sitting there and didn't do anything with this turn. Chase will send over his ship that he placed in the middle of space earlier, or last week, with his Force User on it to attack this planet, and we'll be able to take that with the 20 units and his Force User. And he also built up these two ships with 100 units placed onto them to attack and take over this temple. Now, you will also notice that I've strategically cut off this section of the planet, and that is because Tyler is attacking Chase. Tyler built up a ship here and sent it over with 50 units, although because it's only 50 units versus 50 units that are in a defensive 1.25 multiplier, his attacking force is not going to be able to take him out. Chase will lose some units, but he'll be able to keep the land. At this point, whenever Chase is updated for the fight, he does not know who attacked him. I told him that you were attacked, but because the land was not taken over, I didn't tell him who attacked him. You also notice that we very narrowly missed our first naval battle, space naval battle. So that was a little disappointing. And once again, here is the total battle map for this week. Now, the force ritual for this week was the bounties. Each of the players had a bounty word that if they were able to get another player to say in a text form, they would get a point or a bounty point. The player with the most bounty points at the end would win with 2 force points, and any other people that at least got 1 that didn't get the most would have 1 force point given to them. Now, there can't be any ties, so it would have to be someone with the majority of the bounty points. And the words that they were given were Addison had to get people to say same, Chase had maybe, Devin had unit or units, Mike had sure, Nate had Chris, and Tyler had realm. All of these are very simple, easy to get someone else to say words, very easy in this conversation, especially in the game. First off, Addison was able to get 2 bounty points by getting Tyler and Devin to say same. Mike got 1 bounty point from Chase for saying sure. Nate and Devin both got 2 points in their alliance for both having each other say their own word, as well as Chase saying their own word. And Chase got 1 from Devin saying his word. But, as you will notice, Nate never says Chase's word. And so, even though they're in alliance together, Chase only got 1 point. It didn't end up screwing him over because he only would have had 2 points regardless, but it's still funny since they were actually in an alliance together. Tyler was able to secure 2 points, 1 from Addison, and 1, funny enough, from Nate, who originally just said Tyler's word straight up in an original message to Tyler. So Nate pretty much gave Tyler a point. Now, because this is it, this is all the players, and the most anyone got was 2 bounty points, with everyone having less than 2 or tied at 2. No one got any additional force points. Everyone only got 1 for participation.